My name is Scott Morrison and I am the Australian Minister for Immigration and Border Protection, and I have a message for people who have been transferred to the regional processing centres in Nauru and on Manus Island in Papua New Guinea. The Australian Government policy for combating illegal maritime people smuggling has not changed and will not change. There are only two options for people who travel illegally by boat to Australia. They will be intercepted and turned back, as we have demonstrated on a dozen occasions, or sent to Nauru or Papua New Guinea as part of the offshore processing policy, as you have recently seen with the transfer of 157 people on a recent venture. You may have heard that temporary protection visas are to be reintroduced. This policy does not apply to those who are on Nauru or on Manus Island or who have been transferred there. This recent announcement does not apply to people in the regional processing centres in these countries. Arrangements for anyone who comes to Australia illegally by boat have also not changed. They will either be turned back or go to regional processing centres for processing and resettlement. Processing and resettlement in Australia will never be an option for those who have been transferred to regional processing centres because they have arrived in Australia illegally by boat. If someone is transferred back to Australia for medical treatment, once they've finished their treatment and have been given medical clearances, they will go back to Nauru or Papua New Guinea. Transfers to regional processing centres will continue for any future boat arrivals who are not turned around at sea. The rules apply to everyone. There are no exceptions. If you are currently in Papua New Guinea or Nauru, you will not be transferred to Australia as a result of any announcements you have heard recently. You will remain there until you either choose to return or you are resettled somewhere else other than in Australia. Now is the time to think about your future for you and your family. You can either choose to go home at any time. You can talk to a staff member about returning home. This will not affect any ongoing protection claim you have that is being considered by either the Nauru or the PNG authorities. You may get help to start again when you get home. This could include training and a cash component determined on a case-by-case basis to help you make a fresh start in your home country. So I urge you to think carefully about your next decision. It's important that you are fully aware of the situation in which you're in and that you make decisions that are in the best interests of you and your family. The Australian Government will continue to implement tough measures to protect our borders and is committed to ending the criminal activity of people smuggling. This government is absolute in our resolves. Our policies will not change, and I urge you to make decisions in that context.